February, actor Shia LaBeouf did an art installation in Los Angeles where he basically sat in a room and allowed random people to walk in and do whatever they wanted to him. Okay, there were props in the room. I'm not exactly clear on what type of props there were, but they were allowed to talk to him, accuse him of things, yell at him, scream at him, use the props, and he just sat there, okay? He also wore a bag over his head, a paper bag over his head that said something like, "I'm not famous anymore." And so and that was the name of the art installation, hashtag IAmSorry, okay? Again, this happened in February. I'm not famous anymore, as you can see. Now, he alleges in an interview with Dazed Digital that he was allegedly raped by a woman who came in with her boyfriend. He says that the boyfriend stood outside the door while the woman came in and started to assault him. According to the interview, she whipped my legs for 10 minutes and then stripped my clothing and proceeded to rape me. Shia LaBeouf's collaborators, British artist Luke Turner and a Finnish artist, have said that they intervened as soon as they became aware of the incident and put a stop to it. He also told Dazed that the woman walked out with disheveled hair and smudged lipstick past hundreds of people in line, including his girlfriend, Mia Goth, okay? So he says that later Mia Goth had realized what had happened, and she walks into the room with him, and they just sit there in silence and despair. The cops were not alerted, and that was one of the reasons why Piers Morgan chimed in, and he's like, this is all very bizarre. This is all coming out now. It allegedly happened on Valentine's Day, months and months ago. Yeah. Why didn't our artistic collaborators call the authorities? Why are we just finding out about this now? This is all a very, very strange story. Gina, chime in.
Yo, this guy has been nutty for a while, right? He does crazy things, and I don't know what happened, but he's kind of seems like he's got a couple of screws loose. On the other hand, with the kind of stories that we do on a regular basis, with all kinds of weird assault allegations and assault charges that are weird, but that doesn't mean we can dismiss them. Just because he's weirdo Shia LaBeouf, I don't think we're allowed to dismiss that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to dismiss this. I don't want to dismiss it at all. I think that when you make a rape allegation, it's a serious allegation. Yeah. And I sure as hell hope that this isn't some sort of stunt, and that if it really did happen, that we find who it is, right, and that, you know, there's the justice brought to the situation. But, you know, it's kind of incredible. Okay, so let me tell you what the exchange was with Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan is not buying any of it. He thinks that this is all made up. He thinks it's baloney. So he tweeted toward Luke Turner, and he said, "Why did you let Shia LaBeouf's rapist walk away?" And apparently he reported back, "It wasn't clear at the time precisely what had happened, and the first priority was to ensure everybody's safety in the gallery. She ran out rather than simply walking away. Beyond that, it's not my place to comment." And at that point, Piers Morgan said, "No, I'm not victim blaming. I'm fake victim blaming, or shaming, I should say. He wasn't raped, and his claim is a grotesque insult to real victims." Look, we don't know if it's a fake allegation. Yeah. And so I think that it's a bizarre allegation, especially since it happened so long ago. But it's also not that far-fetched for a huge celebrity to be in a room and invite any random person in Hollywood to walk into that room and do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, but here's the part that really doesn't make sense to me, and I would say this whether this was a man or a woman.
Yeah.
Maybe especially if it was a woman. I don't know. Okay, first of all, in that picture, there is a whip sitting on the table. So, and they said use all the props, so maybe you don't put the whip in next time. Second of all, this is going on for 10 minutes. At what point do you break the fourth wall, take the stupid bag off and say, enough, give me that, you're nuts, I want out of this room, hello, somebody come get me? When does that happen? And again, I would wonder the same thing about a woman. How does this go on for 10 minutes and there's no, okay, this is, we're not doing performance art anymore, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, of course.
So what the hell is this? I mean, yeah, Pierce, unless you were the boyfriend on the other side of the door, you don't know what happened either, but it's super weird.
It is super weird, and honestly, like I don't blame those who are skeptical about the allegations. Right. But you have to draw that fine line. You have to draw balance, I should say. Yeah. Right. And so if this actually did happen, it's an insult to him. If it actually happened, yeah, we're denying it. But he's not doing himself any favors because he's also not being specific about what allegedly happened. Right. He said that a woman used a whip on him for 10 minutes and then she raped him. That's all he said about it. So I don't know what the truth is. It's a bizarre story. Hopefully there'll be more details in the future. And for now, you can draw your own conclusions.